After clicking Marketing in the navigation wheel, you'll end on this Market Research screen. From here, Market Research has never been simpler. Just click Launch Wizard to get started, and this wizard will walk you through 7 steps to getting to the results you're looking for. So today we'll just walk through an example. We'll stick with the commercial industrial space, and we'll see that within commercial industrial we have almost 1.7 million organizations. We'll just click the next button and move on to step 2. We can pick specific industries, all of manufacturing, or within manufacturing we can even subdivide it into specific areas. Let's look at electronics. Still 27,000 organizations worldwide. Step 3 is where we begin to focus on geography. So let's narrow this down a little. Let's take a look at Europe. 10,600 manufacturing companies in Europe. Next, we can pick on specific countries within Europe. Let's today look at Germany with over 3,300 organizations. I have my pyramid of revenue bands, and I can pick and choose within those as to areas that I'm interested in. So potentially for manufacturers, I might want to look at a little bit bigger companies. So we'll focus on the mid-market, the upper mid, and the enterprise. 356 organizations left. I can also, as we get to these final steps, choose to look just at public companies because we have much more detailed financial information on them, and we can tell which companies are stronger or weaker performers in a given area. So if you want just the strong performers in terms of direct cost, we can find those. Or maybe you're looking for companies that are maybe struggling a little bit from an overhead perspective and you want to focus on those. Today, I'm not going to choose any of those so that we get a larger group of organizations. I'm just going to click Next. Step 7 tells us, congratulations, we have tracked a group of 355 marketable organizations. I have some choices at this point. I can extract the organizations to a spreadsheet. I can extract them with the top 20 executives per account where we have them, or I can work with the results online. For today's demonstration, we'll work with the results online because this leads us right into our advanced market research. Our 356 organizations are brought back to us on the screen, along with all of the criteria on the left that we've already selected by using the Launch Wizard. Just like we saw in looking at competitor research and choosing competitors, we have access to all of the same pieces within the search criteria. So if I want to change the industry that I was looking at and focus on very specific electronic SIC codes, I can do that by going down to the area that's already highlighted based on the electronics manufacturing industry being highlighted, and I can choose the appropriate areas. I can also focus on different geographies maybe than I already have. I can get all the way down to specific postal codes within Germany if that's what I desire. And then I can get detailed, as we saw in that last screen, with regards to looking specifically for the middle ground on revenue growth or companies that are poorly performing in the area of capital utilization, etc., etc. I can get into operating profit and down into the cash cycle with inventory levels and so on and so forth. So I can very much use the financial aspects of how companies are performing to get to a deeper level of research. Working with the organizations is no different than if you had searched for it in any other mechanism. So if I click on Siemens, the largest German electronics manufacturer, then I'm going to get their ID card to come up on the screen. I can jump into detailed analysis, and then I'm off and running where I had been. Once it's brought back to the screen, you have a couple of different ways that you can work with the information. You can export the results as we saw as we were coming through the wizard, and that is with or without people. You can view any extracts that you've previously exported, and you can download them from here or from your home screen. If you click on Save Criteria, the search criteria that you've entered is going to be saved so that you can call it back later, and that'll be stored in your Save Search Manager, and that's where you can call up a previous search that you've already done. You can clear your search and start over. And then finally we have an Alert Manager, which I haven't really talked about yet. So I want to bring our search criteria back because the Alert Manager focuses on a section that we haven't looked at called News Triggers. We have a number of news triggers loaded up into the software so that you can focus on anything from show me all the companies that have had news regarding information assets or marketable securities, etc., customer collaboration. I think you get the idea. When I hit search, now this is going to take a subset of what I've already done, and it's going to show me just those companies that have had a news article in the last year where their company was mentioned and it talked about, in this case, customer collaboration. Now, That gets pretty powerful when we start targeting news related items within a market research scenario. Most people would like to continue that type of search over time. We have an alert manager, and in the alert manager we can see that I've got a couple of triggers that I've already set up, and it shows you that those are being run on a regular basis for me. And what happens is we'll send you an email with the results of that triggered news search with any new companies that have registered news that met your trigger criteria. You'll get those in an email, and then you can jump right in and research those companies. So very powerful use of triggered news searches within a market research scenario so that you can identify up to the minute changes in criteria and changes in news activity only in the areas that you're interested, and get those emailed to you on a regular basis. So that's all the excitement and all the things that we can do within market research. I hope this works well for you.